Welcome to Motivational Moments with Marissa. I am your host, the editor in chief of Own It Magazine and Publishing Company. I am so excited to have with me this day Elaine Scales, very good friend of mine, but she is also the founder of Emerging Lotus Community. And I'm so excited to have her here with me today to talk more about that and also to talk about her international retreat here in the Dominican Republic next year, 2024. Taking center stage and owning it is my girl, Elaine Scales, is up in the house. How are you?
Great. I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
I am good. I am good. We are here again talking
Yes.
about the Lotus community and all that it has to offer. The last time we were talking, you had tapped a little bit on moving from survival mode to significance. There's a lot that goes on in your community in regards to helping people transform, evolve, and go from a state of existing to being, from doing to being and becoming. And so, really excited about all that you have to talk to our audience about today. We tapped into in some of the other lives that we've done about alignment. And all of this is a journey. So I know you mentioned there's like 4 stages from survival to significance that you talk about and go into. But yeah, let's talk about that because we always in our community in trending, and we talked about trending too topics. We always talk about the issue, right? We introduce the issue, but we got to really start focusing. Not that we want to jump people to the solution because that's not possible either. There's a process, but we want to talk to the solution. How do people get help, the help that they need, so that they can really start living fulfilling lives?
Yeah, great. Well, again, thank you for allowing me to be here. As always, it's wonderful to be in your presence. And that's a great question. And I want to circle back to one of our previous episodes where we talked about the alignment, right? The car alignment. And I recall you saying that the mechanic is like the coach, right? They have the skill set to identify what's going on, and and it gives you some resources and solutions. Um, and so, one of the reasons why I want to circle back to that is it's very important because it answers the how do we get there, and the answer is it always has to start with your willingness to get there or to go there. So you're talking to the mechanic, the coach. They have the solutions, they have the skills, they know they have the expertise. Some of it is learned, right? We're taught, we get the certifications. A lot of it is life experiences. And we can have this conversation about this is what you need to do to fix. Right? This is what you need to do to get back into alignment. This is what you need to do to reach significance. And you have to first say yes to the process. A lot of times we don't get the buy-in, right? We don't get the commitment. We don't get the willingness to do the work. So all of this starts with your willingness to do the work. And Marissa, you and I have been doing this long enough to know that sometimes that willingness is not there in their heart. It's not heart driven, right? It's mind driven, but it's not heart driven. And so when you begin to embark on this process, there are 4 stages that I have identified, moving in your changing your mindset. And we talked on it about it a little bit the last time. And the first step is survival, identifying where you are in your life in survival mode, not from an external standpoint, but internally. What are your beliefs? What are you operating from? Are you operating from a place of lack? Are you operating from a place of fear? That will keep you in survival mode. Now, here's the thing about survival mode. Survival mode is the blame mode, right? We're going to blame our circumstances. We're going to blame our parents. We're going to blame the man. We're going to blame. And so we spend our time in survival mode blame. And then we become sort of justified in staying in this mode. The problem with staying in survival mode is that it robs us of the opportunity to grow. It robs us of the opportunity to self-discover. It robs us of the opportunity to identify our core values and move into alignment so that we actually live what we are called to do. And so then we move from survival to stability. Now, stability and survival are connected by the chains of shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? I should have done this. I would have done this. Um, I could have done this if. And the reason why it's tied to um, survival is because shoulda, woulda, coulda uh, is founded in blame. Right?
Mm.
So we're always blaming. And so I move to survive to stability. I'm stable in my emotional, my mental, at least I think I am, and in my wellness. But I'm still connected. And I can move from stability to survival quickly. So I'm staying in that shoulda, woulda, coulda, circled by blame.
Mm.
Once we identify that, we decide to break those chains, we can move into success mode. Now, success mode is where most people stop, right?
Mm.
We stop because we believe we have arrived. We have all of the external uh, resources or the external trophies of success. And then our mindset is that of success. I don't need to go any further. I have all of my accomplishments. My mindset is somewhat judgmental because I am looking down on those that are beneath me. Um, our belief system is cemented in that we feel that we have arrived. The challenge is getting out of success mode because where we are called to live, where we are called to walk, where we are called to be is in that significance stage. And significance is when we are walking in our purpose. Significance is when we are breathing in our purpose. So self-actualization is something that you and I have talked about, but it's a deeper level of self-actualization, right? It is really where not only we recognize the fullness of our potential, but we're walking in that. We're
Mhm.
breathing in that. We're living in that. And the thing about significance is that's transformative. That's where we are. We have come out of that cocoon. We have merged or emerged through the muck and the mire, right? We have opened our blossoms. And so living in significance is where we want to be. Now, I want to sort of uh, add something to it. Some of us are operating in success mode in some of the areas in our lives: financial, emotional, mental, social, physical. Some of us, these are domains of our lives. Some of us are operating at a success level. Let's say we have arrived in our business or our jobs and our careers, our educational, but our emotional domain is in survival mode. A lot of us are operating not on balance, but there are many of our domains that are in survival mode, and some of our domains are in success mode. And that's where we stop. We don't do
Right.
the work. Yeah.
Wow. 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 That's because when you think about it, someone is doing survival or significance in multiple, like, so you're not consistently across the board. You're not just survival and significance, just depending on where you are. Sometimes in your social level,
Sure.
I don't even know. I might be in significance mode in social because I neglect it because I'm so busy high in significance in other domains. That just really makes sense. I'm listening to you and saying, oh my God, when you think about and that's where complexity comes from. So we have used the word complexity in such a negative way. Complexity is not that it's not bad.
No.
It's just it's so there's so many components that makes it up that
Yeah.
it's just not a blanket answer or a blanket response or anything like that. So talk to us about what it's like in your community. It's an online community,
It is.
an in-person community. Talk to us about the community and the environment.
Yeah. So the online, I mean, it is online. The beautiful thing about the community is that you can do it yourself. You can log in whenever, um, any day or any time during the day or night. And then you can take a look at the sort of reflection questions. You can listen to the meditations. You can listen to the guided to the path to emergence talks. So this is at your leisure, and that's the beautiful thing about it. It's not a set schedule. Um, and For those that join the community that are local here in Maryland, we will be meeting once a month as a group. One of the things that a lot of the members did talk about is they like the online community, but they also like the opportunity to come together and build that village, as you use the term, to build that community, to make a connection that really supports that journey. Um, and so the other component to the Merge and Lotus community is in the fall, we will be opening the Emerging Lotus program. And the Emerging Lotus program is a 5-month program where we will take a look at the four S's, right? The four S's from survival to significance and do a deeper dive. And so that's going to be in a group setting. The course itself is online, but we will be meeting once a week via Zoom to expand on the course, the questions, and the lessons.
Oh wow, wow! So this is really helping you to do the work. Because once you do this work, then you show up in life, you show up in your career, you show up in your business on a more enlightened level about yourself, right? Learning what makes you tick, what ticks you off, those things that trigger you, how to navigate through challenging times to maintain your focus on reaching your goals, setting your goals and reaching your goals in your personal life, your career, or your business. And these are critical. This is the work that people neglect. And so we were talking about leadership in the other episodes as well, and how important it is for leaders to have someone pouring into them. You're pouring out. You want to have someone pouring into you. And I always call you, I do, the spa treatment for the professionals, because we need it. We need that spa treatment of our mind, right? When we get that spa treatment of our mind, it hits our emotions, and it helps us to ease, right? To operate, as Lulu says, in ease and flow. And that's what we want to get to, a place that we can operate in the midst of a crisis or anything like that. We can operate in ease and flow. Doesn't mean that it doesn't hit us emotionally. It
Sure.
doesn't traumatize us. It doesn't paralyze us or knock us off our feet. We're able to still navigate because of the heightened level of self awareness and enlightenment of self. Share with our audience about the retreat. And like I said, whether you are currently in a leadership position or you are striving to, that's part of your goal, to get into a position on your job that will cause you to be a manager, supervisor, etc., or you are already in a management position, a director's position, or executive position. These kind of retreats that she's getting ready to share with you are the retreats that you want to go to so that you can do the introspective work that's required for you to go to the next level and still maintain that peace of mind. Because isn't that the most valuable? The most valuable thing is being able to go through crisis in a stress-free mental state, physical state, and spiritual state. So share with our audience about the retreat.
Oh, yes, great. Thank you. When we look at the four seasons, God created the four seasons with each season having a purpose. Um, and so one of the seasons that is very important that a lot of people dread is winter. Winter allows for Mother Nature to retreat. It allows for Mother Nature to rest, and restore and rejuvenate. And so the retreat, connecting to the Lotus Within, a mindfulness and meditation retreat, is designed for all of the participants to do just that. And that is to rest, to have the opportunity to restore, to have the opportunity to rejuvenate. Because when they come back, right, they're into the full mode of creating and blooming and putting out energy. We're back into spring, summer, and fall, right? And so this is an opportunity to attend a retreat that is guided, that is structured, that gives you the space to be still, and to have peace of mind, tranquility, right? To give the heart and the mind and the body the rest that it needs.
Yeah, that is so important because you can't pour out of an empty vessel,
No, you
right?
can't.
You can't pour out of an empty vessel. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that they're getting fresh, fresh juice, fresh perspectives, and all this stuff. And talk about how important, like, this is into your physical health. Like
Yeah,
when we neglect this, we're wondering why we're sick. We're wondering you're suffering burnout. So
yeah,
share a little bit about how doing this mindfulness, participating in the emerging Lotus community, how attending retreats like this, and then also too your personal one-on-one or group coaching that you offer your clientele, how that helps with your health because we talk about and own it. Your health leaders, your health is your wealth.
yeah,
And so share with them why this is so important in regards to the physical, how it impacts the physical body.
yeah. That's a really great question, and a question that we often neglect, right, or avoid. The reality is this: our emotions live in the body. So by the time we are experiencing stress, our blood pressure is high, we may be experiencing headaches, swelling within the body, right? That is because that our emotional and our mental being has been depleted, not for a short period of time, but for such a long time that the body now is sending you messages that says, you need to pay attention to me.
Right.
And oftentimes, I always say this, right? Um, God will sit you down by choice or by force, by choice or by force. And sometimes when that force happens, we have not only depleted our cup, but it is so dry that it's starting to fall apart. It is rotting from dehydration. Um, and so it is important for us. It's really beyond important. It's essential for
Mhm.
us to retreat. It is essential for us to really sort of move away. I have retreats here in the United States. And even when attendees come to the retreat here in the United States, they're still not disconnected,
Yeah.
right? They're not connected. Um, the international retreat is really going to force you to disconnect, right? And so there's no going to the store. There may not be a signal for you to send an email or make a phone call. And this is really about removing you so far away that we're actually in the wilderness. We're
Yeah.
in the wilderness to be restored. And that's the importance of it. During the retreat, I give strategies or refocus on strategies such as learning how to be in the present moment. Because a lot of times we respond from what could have happened, what did happen. So we're not responding from that. We're reacting.
Yeah.
We react to a situation based on our previous experiences or our fear of what's going to happen tomorrow. So
Right.
being present, having this time to move away from it gives us the time to really sort of connect to what's important.
Yeah, and that is so important for you to step away.
Yeah.
There's something that happens when you leave the U.S. Nothing bad about the U.S., but there's something happens. There's an elevation of freedom. I guess it's just just being away from home. And like you said, you can't escape. And not only that, you're in such a setting, you don't want to escape. That is not what you want to do. What you get there and you see there's something, and we talked about this too, we tapped on this, and then we're closing out. But the salt water, there's something that happens to the brain with the salt water that when you're breathing it in, there's just a calmness. You're so relaxed here that it's mind-boggling. The stress and your normal response system is not there anymore. You're more relaxed. You're more open. Um, it's just something beautiful that happens, and the island is beautiful in and of itself. And you get a chance to disconnect. You get a chance to be filled back up again. And then that when you go back home, those people who are looking to you for your inspiration, for your guidance, for whatever your brilliance is, they can get it.
Yeah.
Now they can get it because you have been away, you have been in that set aside place so that you can get rejuvenated and get focused. And so, share with us in closing, um, how folks can get in touch with you, how can they participate in the emerging Lotus community, because it does take a village in this transformational process, in this evolve that you're getting ready to experience by participating. You're going to need that community that when you get to a low moment, that you can go to the community and you can share with the community, this is where I'm at. They can pray for you. They can send you words of encouragement, strengthen you, so that you're able to make it through and overcome this challenging time. And that you know that you're not alone, that you're not alone. So share with them how they can connect with you.
Yes, thank you. And you're right. I want to re-emphasize that you are not alone. So you can reach me via Facebook. I'm at facebook.com/EDS Integrative. Uh, and you can find information as well as register for the retreat at edsintegrative.com. You just click on the retreat tab. It will show you two retreats, actually. It'll show you the one that I'm having in November, which is here in the state of Maryland, and the one in the DR in April. You'll be able to register for either one or both if you so choose. To find out more about the community, again, you can visit my website at edsintegrative.com. Click on the community tab. It'll give you some information about the community as well as how you can register and join our amazing community.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Mm.
This is amazing. This is the work that needs to be done, people. We got to
Yeah.
take the time for ourselves. We got to get connected with ourselves. And we got to allow ourselves room to truly be authentic. And then be prepared to go back into the world that may or may not try to tell you to go back in and they want you to be a certain way. Well, when you have communities like this, they can help you to forge through that and to establish your authenticity inside the community, inside you internally as well as externally. This has been incredible. Love it. Looking forward to the retreats. Looking forward to having you on more and more to let our audience know that you are here. These are the services that you provide, and that there is help. There is help, and then the sky isn't even the limit to what you can do
That's
once you have tapped into yourself and really gotten that connection with yourself and that enlightenment of who you are, alignment with your assignment is what I say. Hey, this is the top of the week. Have an incredible week. Take center stage and own it each and every day. We're out.